But on the Mississippi, we produced some of the first microplastic tests. So, basically like had this net that we were, it's called a mantatrol, that you have at the back of your boat, and you're collecting samples to see, what the quantities of microplastics are in the river. And on the Mississippi, we were studying these results with the Louisiana State University, only to realize that there's trillions of microplastic particles that are flowing down through the Gulf of Mexico, right at the Mississippi at the mouth, every single day. And the Mississippi dredges about 60% of U.S. waters, right through its, so like the Missouri River, the Illinois River, all come through the Mississippi. The Great Lakes even dredge through the Mississippi. And so that was completely eye-opening when you hear that in like America's most epic waterway is filled with microplastics, but particles so small that you can't even see by the naked eye. And so that's really what inspired the next project, that next summer, of doing another recycled expedition, but this time really to capture the most shocking visuals, to prove that this addiction that we have to plastic is actually a real one.
And people don't really think about that either, right? Because they're just like, they don't think about what they're consuming to that level where it affects the entire system.
I think and the thing to change mindsets as well is like when you see that photo of the plastic with its turtle, when you see that photo of the turtle with the plastic straw up its nose, then it really it really resonates. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see nature hurting. Yeah. But the fact is that we've seen it's something that we're gonna see more and more of. Yeah. There's literally more single-use masks in the midst of COVID in the Mediterranean than there's fish already.
What? That's crazy.
And and that's not stopping there. Like 2050 is the big number that people, environmentalists that you hear from. There's going to be more plastics in the ocean than fish, and that number we're very, very quickly. That could be in the next 10 years. So we need to really, really change this addiction that we have.
Is it just you and your brother on this, or is there like a whole? I'm assuming there's a whole team of people, right?
So on the Mississippi, it was actually me with 5 friends. Sam didn't join that one.
Okay.
But Sam joined the Citarum, which was the first brother expedition that we did.
Okay. Yeah, and then now Make a Change World has an entire team behind you.
No, actually, Make a Change World is just
you two.
The 3 of us with Kelly.
Oh, right.
But yeah, for side projects, we have friends, close friends who believe in the projects, and so we work with freelancers all the time. But yeah, slowly growing the team now, being focused more around the media side and how do we actually monetize this thing.
And that's not just Bali or Indonesia, it's like worldwide plastic problem too, right?
Unfortunately, this global problem is a worldwide one. Yeah. And a piece of plastic in Bali could be coming from Sydney as much as it could be coming from LA, and vice versa. So it's a global one. We have to address the global population about the ultimate reduction.
And I'm also something you mentioned the other day that I didn't even think about was how connected the whole plastic problem is to everything we do. Like you're currently working on the Pemulung project.
Yeah.
Which, do you want to go into about that?
For sure, yeah. So there's in the midst of COVID, oil prices have dropped, and it's caused just recyclable rates to completely drop as well. So it's not as easy to recycle plastic as we used to, and ultimate producers involved in big oil are producing plastic like never before at a crazy rate. And because we're all really scared of this ultimate pandemic, from a medical standpoint and from an hygiene standpoint, people think that it's better to buy packaged product right now, or fruits packaged in plastic, than it is to use reusable. To
go to the market.
And so that is affected here in Indonesia, the waste picker communities, the Pemulungs. And so all throughout our projects, we've always been very in respect of the Pemulungs, especially on the Citarum. They're working directly with the village that's fully, they have about 58 scavengers on the Citarum, going out with boats to actually clean up the river. But it's always been a project that we've always been that we cared deeply about. And here in Bali, even more. There's 3.7 million scavengers all around Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
They are such a crucial part of the waste management infrastructure. They are responsible to collect 1 million tons of plastic a year in Indonesia, which is an incredible amount. I think it's about, not sure of the exact percentage, but a huge amount. And so, so we just finished a campaign, or are working on a campaign to really see how we can bring them as heroes and celebrate their efforts in the midst of this crazy times, and see how we can fundraise for them as well to make sure that they are provided with health insurances and the basic food packages that they need. So working directly with Octopus Indonesia and Down on Aqua here as well on the project.
Mm-hmm.